Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RadioSilentPlay.com. I am your moderator for today on February 5th, 2017. Let me start off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence before trading any stock or options. Trading stocks and options require lots of risk. So I'm going to go over the weekly watch list. Again, we are doing maintenance on the mobile app. So the mobile app is down until further notice. I apologize for the inconvenience. Everything else is active. You can go on www.radiosilentplay.com and just scroll underneath on weekly watch list, and you will see the weekly watch list. If you're having trouble logging in, just go over to free trial and just use basically log in through this range. So let me just show you. I'm gonna log in. I know I was having trouble logging in before, and I just want to show you guys, if you're having trouble logging in, right now it's logging in, so you guys should be good to go. But if you don't, if you have trouble, just go over to free trials, and if you hit free trial, you'll be put over here, and they'll have a username and password. So if you're having trouble logging in the other way. So without further ado, I'm going to go over the weekly watch list for this week on February 6th, 2017. Last week we had pretty good trades. We had ticker symbol TQLA, AZFL, and a couple of stocks kind of trigger, and they had considerable moves. So first ticker symbol that I put up is ticker symbol TQLA, and that's Montalvo Spirits. I put this again on the weekly watch list because I feel that we just broke a key level. It's in a wedge pattern. If you notice here, I raised the buy zones from 27 to 37. Our pivot is going to be this pivot high, which we hit, which was 55. So watch that 21 and 8-day moving average for a re-entry. Okay, I'm being a little cheap since we're noticing that we're actually seeing that we have slower volume in the OTC. So just keep that in mind. If we're looking at the 21 and the 8-day moving average, we're trading above that level. So if we see some consolidation or a pullback, I feel that at 0.003 to 0.004 is going to be a key level of support. So if you guys want to re-enter, we did have a nice move from this 0.002 to 23 level, and we ended up hitting a high of 0.0055. We closed at or near high of the day. This is a cannabis related stock, so what I noticed about this is that we may have more upside. So I'm going to go over pretty much the share structure. We're seeing 300 million authorized shares as of March 31st, 2014. It is a little older share structure, so you may want to check the Nevada state, make sure that the share structure hasn't been changed. The move one thus far is 0.0021 to 0.055. So we had a move from 21 to 55. Right now, if we buy in this range, we're risking about 45%. With that said, I want traders to look for the biggest bid support on level 2 and just overcut that bid and basically set your stop somewhere at or near the biggest support. Okay, so right now I'm looking at a potential test of this 0.01 level. Let me just do this again. This was the rally high from before. If you notice here, the stock traded from 0.003 and then rallied and hit a high of 0.01. So you may see a retest of that 0.01. So this may have some upside. Okay, so I want traders to just bear that in mind. We want to be cheap, but at the same time, we want to make sure that if there is a huge bid, you may want to kind of scale into that position. And remember, I always say, you want to use that strategy of scaling in. If you're going to trade, let's say $500, you may want to add about 30% of that on the ask or at the highest range here. So let's say I see that there's a huge bid at 25 and um, I'm not looking. I'm not going to get filled at 25, or let's say there's a huge bid at, let's say, 0.003. You may want to overcut that at 0.0031 and maybe grab a starter there and then position in. So if I'm trading $500, maybe use 30% of that, which is maybe about, let's say, $150, $200 on the ask, and then simply place a bid at 27, 28. If you add at 28 and you add at 31, you simply add both of those, which is going to be 28 plus 31, and then you divide that by 2, and that's going to be your average mean of where you actually scaled in or positioned in. So I just want traders to understand that sometimes what we kind of do is we try to get in at a certain spot. I know traders will tell me, hey, but you're going to spend more money on a broker's fee, but it's all about scaling in. If you remember AZFL, we were able to scale in from 23 to 30, and the stock ended up hitting a high of 0.011. So I just want traders to kind of understand that sentiment. Okay, next ticker symbol is ticker symbol HTIC. This was put on our watch list last week. If you notice, that 0.0018 held pretty well. The stock kind of kissed that 16, 17 level, and then we ended up closing at a higher high at 23. So what we're noticing is higher lows, and we're noticing a wedge break here, a confirmation. So our starter, we added 14, between 14 and 20. My risk right now is about, I'm not going to say 45%, but somewhere around that range, 30% if you want to add somewhere at or near here. Again, look at the highest bidder. I think last week the highest bidder was at 18. So grabbing some at 19 and 20. I do feel that this stock may retest this high right here at 50. So you have some upside. Remember, stop close. I put my close at 15 since I added between 14 and 20. That's favorable for me, but I put this in parentheses. I said, depending on your entry, just ensure your stops, okay? And then our next support, if it does break below 15, 10 to 13. Authorized shares is 500 million, and that was all updated as of August 31st, 2016. So you have a fairly updated share structure. My remarks, the stock is trading above key wedge pattern, and both its 21 and 8-day moving average. What I mean by that is the stock is trading above its 21 and 8-day moving average. Now that 17 and 18 level acts as support. The level 2 appears to be all retail shares, which I'm not seeing any diluters on the ask. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to enlarge this chart. Okay, and same thing as of last week. If you notice, we've been consolidating in this pattern, but what you're seeing is a cluster of volume. So you have a volume surge. If you notice, the accumulation distribution line here is on the way up. You close 2 days confirmation above this wedge pattern. So that 17 and 18 level is your master support for now. If you want to buy somewhere at or near 1820, simply use this maybe 8-day moving average as a stop if you want. But again, just it all depends on basically your entry. I do think we may consolidate here for a little and then break above this 35 key pivot, and then we'll probably break out above that 0.005. If you notice here, let me go on the OTC, and if I type in ticker symbol HTIC, okay, it is current and it is updated regular volume. I want you to understand this. The 30-day volume is 807,000, and what we're noticing here is massive accumulation. You're trading basically about 6 times the average volume, so that's significant. There are traders buying this stock, so I want traders to kind of understand that. If you come over here, the company is verified through pink sheets, so that is telling. Okay, so I want traders to just understand that. So if we notice we're consolidating and we're trading in this wedge, and we finally broke this wedge and we have a volume cluster. Okay, next ticker symbol is ticker symbol AXMM. This is a stock that we've traded in the past. Now it's at that re-entry buy zone. It actually triggered a re-entry. Last move that we did was we started accumulating this at 0008. The stock ended up hitting a high of 18. If you notice, I put a circle here but this is basically a rounded bottom with a handle. So this is a cup and handle move. Accumulation distribution is on the way up. Low share structure, just 200 million authorized shares. So any volume can push this. I think the strongest ask is about 16, but if it breaks 16, it can rally higher. So I'm basically putting that buy zone from 8 to 12. I noticed there was a strong bid at 0009 and 10, so that's a probability trade. Last run was 8 to 18, so that pivot is at 18. Okay, so now at a probability trade with 250 million AS and revenues. This stock reminds me a lot of the XAT. If you remember, the XAT had a beautiful rally. Let me just go over here, enlarge this, just so you guys can kind of see this. You're seeing this rounded bottom, and now you're seeing that convergence of that moving average, that 21 or that 8-day moving average is at 13. So watch for that close above 13 on 2 consecutive closes. That's going to be bullish for the stock, and we're going to look for a pivot break of 18. So this should be a good one. Okay. Next stock is ticker symbol VNUE. Okay, this is a low share structure stock, not too much volume, but what I noticed is you had some heavy selling here a couple of days ago. It actually kissed that 18 level and then bounced. So watch that biggest bid support. I did see some big bids at that 0.002 level. So watch for that kiss. If you happen to be able to get that 0.002 level, I think that's going to be a good starter. And then basically just sit on the bid. My risk here is 45%. It is a buy set and forget type of stock. Authorized shares is just 750 million as of December 30th, 2016. So that is pretty close. It has been updated and the float is just 30 million. So this is the type of stock that can rally. So I want to show you guys something. If you look here, it had a previous move and stocks tend to repeat themselves. If you notice here, this stock hit a low of basically 18 and then rallied and hit a high of 0.00858 levels. So this stock can or may do the same thing. What I'm looking at resistance here is that 21 and 8-day moving average at 31 and 33. So what you typically want to do is you want to confirm close above that 33 level. If you do on 2 consecutive closes, that becomes your new support, and then we'll go 100% above that, so that'll be 0.007. So this is a type of stock that may go 0.007 at any time. Just watch for updates. Okay. Next ticker symbol is a ticker symbol APHD. This is a stock that we have traded in the past. What I've noticed is that the stock lost that 0.003 support. Okay, now it's trying to catch that reversal. Look for the stock to kind of maybe kiss 0.002 level. Be very cheap with this one. This one has an authorized shares of 1 billion. My remarks here is a post RS play, but with 1 billion AS. Be cheap. Keep an eye again on the level 2. If the stock has a huge bid support, just overcut that bid and start scaling in. Don't rush the trade because you are at a moving average here and you need some confirmation here. So be patient on this one. Okay, I'm going to go over this chart here. If you come over here, the stock is just right there at that 8-day moving average. If it does confirm close above that 0.003 on 2 days, consecutive days, if it does it on Monday, then you could start seeing to start adding a position at or near this level. And simply just use this line because this was the lowest close, which was 25. Simply place your stop close below 25. So if we close above 0.003, watch that 25 and use that as a stop. Okay, so that's basically it for APHD. I do have a couple of trades on here because there are some bottom plays that I kind of want to look at. Next ticker symbol is ticker symbol GBHL, Global Entertainment Holdings. This is a stock that's kind of been being down. It gave us 2 trades. This stock triggered at 1921, then it ended up kissing that like 0.0037 level, then came all the way back down and tested that 0.002 level, and then bounced and it kind of kissed that 33 level, and now it's kind of hovering above that 0.002. So just keep an eye on that that stop. I want you guys to use that 15 as a stop. Use 2 consecutive closes if it breaks below it. Okay, I'm gonna just enlarge this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you notice here, we traded this back a couple of days ago. It actually hit a low and then it bounced. We had a nice bounce here and then it pulled back and gave us another entry. If you notice, the line in the sand is this 0.002 level, because every time it kind of hits this level, you get a nice bounce. It hits this level, you get a nice bounce. So now that's the line in the sand. I want you guys to kind of use that 15 to 20 as a key level of support. If you start seeing the stock kind of break down and close below it on 2 consecutive closes, I want you guys to exit the trade and then look for that bottom. Maybe potentially it can test 0.001. So this is a low share structure stock, but they have been selling. The company has been selling. So this is something that we should take into account. Overall, I do like the authorized shares, 230 million AS, and that is pretty low for a stock. Again, the stock rallied back in the day between 0.002, hit a high of 0.009, so I do like that. Outstanding shares is 135 million. The float is 58 million. So this is a stock that I think can have a nice reversal. Next ticker symbol is a stock that we've traded in the past, INMG. I did see that the stock on level 2 had a loading wall. There was a big seller at 26, then they lowered it, and I don't know if they were trying to add, okay, at that 0.002 level, but just keep an eye on it. This thing triggered 21.23. The highest that it did, it kind of hit that 37 level and then came back down. So it does have a low authorized share count, 250 million. Outstanding shares 151 million, and then you got a flow of just 37 million. So if somebody's loading this, this is the area to load, because if you're looking at the moving average, I'm going to come over here. This is the moving average right now for the stock, and it's trading right there in that consolidation. And if you notice, it had a huge volume surge, 13.86 million shares traded, and it's holding that 0.002 level. So you're looking at that 21 and the 8-day moving average at 23.25. If you close above the 25 level on 2 consecutive closes, okay, that acts as your support. What you want to do is you want to confirm close 2 days and maybe potentially 2 weeks above this wedge pattern. If it does, you should see this test of this 48 level and a potential test of maybe 80. Okay, so this is a type of stock that has been consolidating for a while, and we've had some moves with it before. So this is a stock. A couple of another notable mentions I want to share with you is the H-Wall. This was a stock that we've traded in the past. If you notice here, we're right above that 8 and 21-day moving average, 21 and 8-day moving average. We're kind of hovering above it. This was a stock that we traded from 15 to 20, and then it hit a high of 0.009, came back, pulled back, gave us a re-entry at 36, then hit a high of 0.007, and now it's consolidating in that bullish inside flag pattern. What you want to see is the stock hold above 0.003. So that's why I think that 0.003 to 0.004 is going to be a good buy range. I would use that stop close either below 0.003 on 2 consecutive closes or 25. If it does break below that, it could retest that 15 to 17 level. But if you do break this consolidation or this flag, you'll probably retest that 90 level. So this is a stock that I want traders to kind of keep an eye on. The next stock that I like, and I've been telling traders to kind of keep an eye on, is the COHO. And the stock has revenues. It is current. And right now, if you notice, you've closed above that 21 and 8-day moving average at 16. So watch that confirmation. I do like the consolidation. The volume isn't that great, but if you notice here, the accumulation distribution is up, and you're seeing the stock trade, in the millions, and it moves very, very easily. If you remember last time we called this thing hit a low of 0008 and then hit a high of 1 penny. And this stock does have revenues. So just keep in mind the COHO for a buy, set, and forget. Okay, with that said, that is the watch list for this week. If you have any questions, just send me an email or please post in the comment box. I will post this only for premium members for now, but if I want traders to not show it to anybody for now. You guys, do have that privilege. After next week, probably let's say Thursday, Friday, I want you guys to start sharing it. It's pretty important to kind of get the word out. It brings more attention to these low share structure stocks, and I do believe that it's going to give us good opportunities probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to start adding on these stocks. A trick of the trade is looking at a couple of the trades, seeing which one you like the best, which one you feel has the best share structure, maybe the story, and simply place a bid overnight and be cheap. If you get filled, just immediately set your sell order for your profit margin. Okay, so that's basically it. For traders that are on trial, just remember free trial is up in 30 days. Just be sure to sign up. And if you have any issues, I know the economy or you may be going through some things, just send me an email at radiosilentplay@gmail.com, and maybe we'll discuss on some ideas on payments. Okay, so that is all. Enjoy your Super Bowl. I know this is Super Bowl Sunday, so I want everybody to be safe out there and have a great trading week. Okay, take care for now. Have a good night.